You know how I'm heavily influenced by celebrities?
Oh my gosh.
Like whatever
For
celebrities
years.
do, if they're endorsing a product, or usually if they're wearing something, I want it, And you know how, I think I've told you guys, I can't find a really good pair of pants. I've lost some weight. My body's kind of changed a little bit, so my jeans don't fit. So I've been searching for jeans and pants that work for me, and it's very hard for me to find. So I have all these jeans that don't fit. I'm watching Saturday Night Live on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Ryan Gosling is hosting. At the very end, Ryan Gosling comes out. You know, at the very end, they go, I want to thank Caitlin Clark for being here. I want to thank so-and-so for being here. And it all clicked because of what he was wearing. A belt.
A belt?
A belt.
Okay, what kind of belt?
I don't know, it was just a brown belt. So now, it's the first time ever, I'm wearing my jeans and I got a belt on. What's up?
That's a cool belt. Kind of distressed.
It's a belt I've had forever. So then, earlier this morning, I had to go to the bathroom, and it just messed my routine up because normally I just go hit a button, boom. Now I'm like, You have to put a 5-8 second delay in there because of the belt.
It's a whole vibe. I mean, you have to be careful with the belt. You're going to change your life.
I know.
Getting into cars
I wonder
different.
if I walk different.
Everything's different.
Ryan Gosling's bringing belts back.
I was standing in the mirror. In my bathroom, and I was like, I'd pretend to walk away and turn around and go, oh, was that a belt? And then you know how guys tuck in the front of their shirt sometimes?
Yeah.
I kind of did that. It looked cool, but it's too on purpose. That has to be an accident. I don't think I could do it on purpose.
Ryan Gosling can make it look like an accident.
He had it differently. He had a shirt on and a coat, and then he was waving, and then your shirt lifted up, you saw the belt, and I was like, that's a belt.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling is one of those guys that can look good. He could look good in a turtleneck and a scarf. He can look good in anything.
Yeah, those are all good things. If he
But
was
the
wearing
things you notice, John Jay.
Yeah, you think? If he was wearing a turtleneck and a scarf, I would be wearing that today.
Probably.
Anyway.
Because of the pants thing.
Also, I was going to give you guys an update. So I was telling you yesterday that my wife asked me to get a George Foreman grill.
Yes.
Because I love eating hamburger every day. I eat hamburger every day. And I do it on these old pans because I'm not allowed to use the new pans. So when I use it on the old pans, grease, I had no idea it did this, but I guess grease flies up everywhere, right?
Spits.
Yeah, and so she said, get a George Foreman grill. So the George Foreman grill was home when I got home yesterday from doing a show. And I was all excited. So I plug in the George Foreman grill, right? And I read the directions, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. Except I didn't really do the part where you got to wash the plate or whatever. I mean, and then it was already on. It was really hot. And so, I did take a little towel and whatever. And then I throw the hamburger on there and I eat a hamburger, 2 hamburgers. Okay. 4 or 5 hours later, I'm like, let me try a steak. I threw a ribeye on there. And let me tell you, my review of the George Foreman grill, it sucks.
Why?
It makes the meat rubbery. The meat tastes totally different.
That's so crazy because when you posted it, I was like, that does not look good to me.
No, it did. It was totally changed. So first I thought maybe it was the hamburger meat, but then I made 2 ribeyes and Dutch tried it. Dutch goes, it's rubbery. I bought 5 ribeyes the night before. I had barbecued them the night before and they were fantastic.
Did you cook it too long?
No, I don't think so. It was the same rareness, but I was just like, I don't get it.
No seasoning on it though.
Yeah, I know how to cook a steak. I mean, I did that. I'm saying the way it was cooked. All of a sudden, it was a rubbery hamburger, and it was a very chewy hamburger. It was a very chewy steak.
I've only had glorious experiences from the George
bummer.
Foreman grill.
I don't like chewy.
So I was telling my wife in front. I was like, Dutch and I were eating, and I was like, well, your mom doesn't want me to cook in here anymore, so we got to use this. And I go, I'm sorry, I ruined your steak. And then she's like, well, go ahead and cook them, but make sure you clean all the grease. I didn't know there was grease to clean. And then somebody says use an air fryer.
Oh yeah, that's great too. But I don't think you're going to like the flavor a ton better than the grill. But you can dump
Flavor's fine.
I've never done burger or steak in the air fryer.
Steak in the air fryer is bomb. I always do butter steak bites, and they always come out great.
Well, someone told me you got to wrap it in some wax paper and then put it in the air fryer.
Oh, I don't do that. I just chop
I
it
don't
up
know.
and throw it.
We have this thing. I didn't know until yesterday it was an air fryer. It's been sitting in our counter forever. I thought it was some sort of coffee maker.
That might be your thing then. But put a little salt in the thing in your pan, and it'll keep the grease from jumping up. There's your life hack. So
I put salt on the pan all the time.
But will you put the oil? Do you cook it in oil?
Oh, I usually use avocado oil or coconut oil.
Oh yeah, so whatever. Put the salt in the pan with it, and it'll stop the grease from jumping up so much.
I came across this TikToker that makes beginner friendly meals for people who have like never cooked before. And she said that when you make hamburgers that you don't put any oil in it, that you just put the hamburger patty because the meat already has its oils and stuff, and then maybe it'll take away your problem.
Oh, I've seen that too, but the problem is I'm not allowed to use the new pans, and all the old pans have all that. You know what I mean? Like
It lost its like coating.
yeah.
Anybody want to know what did John Jay do to the other pans? Has banned him from the new ones.
You should just get your own
Dude,
set
get
of
your own
pans.
pan.
When my wife makes dinner now, whatever, she, let's say it's one of those, like, she puts everything up on the counter and all the plates, like, I'll go grab a paper plate and put away the nice plate. Because I feel like I'm not worthy of a real plate.
I think you go to like Ace Hardware and get you a good copper pot to cook stuff in, a good copper
It's
pan.
like my pan and no one else
Yeah,
can touch
nobody
my
else
pan.
can touch it.
Exactly.
That's a good idea.
And you don't have to clean them because they're the good like cast iron stuff. Get the cast iron. All you have to do is wipe it down and you're done.
Well,
That's the way to go.
I think John Jay just needs to use his old pan and just clean up the grease because I feel like anything new isn't going to work for him.
but I didn't even know what she's talking about with the grease. I've never seen it before. I don't know what she's talking about.
That's because you probably don't pay attention to the splatter on the stove and all that.
I told Jake, my son Jake, who's at University of Arizona, I called him yesterday. I go, hey, man, I got you a George Foreman grill.
Lightly used.